My grandfather was part of a mission called the Lighthouse Mission in the East End in Calgary. The poor, the disenfranchised came to the mission to get food. Grandpa said, "Jim, how would you like to come with me?" The mission was packed with people that I remember as lost. They were homeless and they were poor. I recall that it left a lasting impression on my life, actually for the rest of my life. The Pentecostal Tabernacle, now the First Assembly Church, that was their passion to help the poor, the disenfranchised, the widow, and that then developed into causing me as a youth to get involved in the church.
The church had had a long history in work and ministry to the homeless in our city well before the Dream Centre concept came up. The church had sent down quite a number of people to study and work for short terms in the Los Angeles Dream Centre, so they had gained a little bit of insight into what was possible.
There was an enthusiasm. Well, look what they're doing. Down in LA, they're saving people. They're feeding 10,000 people a weekend. And that was when the pastor, Ken Gill, called and said, "Jim, we should buy that hotel on McLeod Trail."
Jim went forward as a realtor, and through a process of contracts and so on, the building was acquired. But the exciting part was the membership had to approve this at First Assembly, and the membership was very unanimous in giving approval to buy this because they believed in the vision and the passion for the homeless in the city.
The building that we currently have started out as the Majestic, and then the Majestic changed brands from the Majestic to Howard Johnson, and then it turned into what they called the Night Owl Inn. And then things started to go downhill from there. They decided that they were going to have a strip club in this hotel. They decided that they were going to have many bars.
The building, when we took it over, you wouldn't recognize it today because it was run down, had been condemned and shut down by the health authorities.
I met with the owner, and I looked him in the eye and I said, "Sir," I said, "I know what your hotel has been. It's been bars, strip clubs." And I said, "What would you like your legacy to be? Taking clothes off women or putting clothes on men?" A tear started coming down his cheek. He reached out his hand and he said, "Let's make a deal." And I said, "Fantastic."
Our program began in 2004 in January, and we had 12 residents at that time. And we were learning to navigate the waters as we built the ship, so it was a real learning experience for us. Since that time, we've basically modified the program about 7 times. Economies change, the nature of homelessness changed, the nature of addiction changes. Our program stream now is 49 days, but it encompasses living in balance, it encompasses dialectical behavior therapy, and it also deals with relapse prevention. So it's a far broader deliverable that we have, but yet we do it in a more compressed time frame.
When the men come into the building, men are actually looking for recovery. Those men that want to spend then the 47 days, they come into a recovery program, and then they graduate, and then they transition into our community housing. We noticed another gear went into place when the community started to get involved in our housing. All of a sudden, people that were kind of on the sidelines watching put their arms around us and they said, "We want to help you. We want to get involved." The fact is, it was now a Calgary Dream Centre. We looked at a model that was very interesting. I went to the board, and the board is a very visionary board. They are powerful thinkers. So we came in and I said, we should take the money that we're going to get from the government and start buying houses. Being in the real estate business, that was a natural for us. So we proceeded to go out and buy houses in all quadrants of the city And that's how we ended up with 35 homes. And every home we walked into, I wanted to make sure that I personally or any of our board could go and live in them. That is the kind of home that we provide for our guys. The mission of the Dream Center is to restore lives, to help those that are homeless get off the streets and come to a place where they can have hope and they can have a life and they can move ahead and integrate into community and back with their families.